to convince you that I ain't caught up lying. When she walked past me, I looked, so what, big deal. I don't understand how that can make you feel that my love ain't for real, baby. The Lord above, but you're with me. You're with me. Tell me why would I know that? Yo.
Hey, welcome to Turkish Delight Self podcast. Today's topic, I've got a juicy one for you guys. It's on options, backup plans, and relationships. So guys, what is your views on multiple dating? Okay, so guys, my opinion on dating multiple people, I feel, is I don't really agree with it. I prefer to focus on one person at a time, take my time to get to know that person, no distractions around me, because then I feel like almost I'm constantly comparing that person to the next person or the next person and the next person, and how really can you move forward with one person if you're constantly comparing them with everybody else around you? I've basically got a quote for this. Yeah? Are you guys ready? Yeah? My quote is, it's a little like being at a restaurant, yeah? Eating dinner, but yet you're thinking about eating at another restaurant, eating dinner, when really you should just be enjoying the dinner that you're eating that's in front of you.
I agree with multiple dating. I have to say I agree. It's just because I feel like if you're gonna give everyone like a certain time period or whatever it is, then it's just gonna take too long, the whole process. See, personally, I'm nearly hitting 30s in a couple of years, and I feel like if I'm gonna give everyone a shot, it's just gonna take too long. So as long as I'm transparent, as long as I'm honest with each individual, I think there's nothing wrong with it personally, yeah.
And you dating, are you doing anything sexually with them?
No, not necessarily.
So you're not having sex with them, no?
No.
Why are you not having because it's lying, isn't it?
Alright, no, sorry. I'm sorry.
Go on.
Huh?
What do you think?
I agree with dating multiple people, definitely. In my opinion, it saves time. So back to the point that you said where you're not wasting your time, you're not getting to know one person at once for 6 months at a time or 3 months at a time or whatever time it may be, and you're investing all your time into that one person, and for the first 2 months you ask the right questions and it's all lovely and it's great and it's amazing, but the third month you find out something that you just can't fully agree with, and then at that point you have to break it off, and that's 2 months down the drain. Sure, you might have made a friend or you might have had a good time during those 2 months, but now you've got to start it all over again. Whereas if you're dating multiple people, you can get to know those certain people, those whatever 2, 3, 4 people, however many people it may be at once. And I feel like if you're able to, if you're mentally able to cope with it, and like if you're able to separate each person and keep your feelings aside and really get to know those people, I think dating multiple people can be very effective, actually. Very effective.
So what do you think? Multiple people to save time?
Yeah.
In essence?
It works for me. That's how I would do it. That's my personal opinion.
And you remember all of their names, and you remember their interests, and you remember everything about them. You don't model them up, no?
No, not necessarily, no.
And you've got the money for all of them, yeah?
Money?
Yeah, money.
No,
you
not
can take them out
necessarily,
on dates.
Cost
Yeah, but okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we go meet up for a coffee or something, or we go for a walk in the park. It's mostly the conversation that I'm worried about, not necessarily.
Open mic. I'm gonna go to Turkish Delight Self podcast. When is it? In February.
Wow, yeah, they do try to come to my podcast to meet women, actually.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, but alright, yeah, like backing up what Elle said, I do feel that if you're dating 5 people, I know you said that you can go to the park, etc., but still that's a lot of time and effort that you're investing in 5 different people.
Sure. Yeah, but I mean, if you could manage it, why not?
So
I mean,
you're multitasking. You're not
exactly.
focusing on one person. You're multitasking. You're balancing.
Well,
Yeah.
can you not focus while you multitask? I'm sure. I mean,
Depends.
And like I
depends
said,
what you
again,
want. Do you
this
go
is-
through the tick box exercise? Do you go through the breakthrough method? Depends your strategy.
What's the breakthrough method, please?
I'm not going to get into that.
Listen, what's the breakthrough method?
Another podcast.
No,
that one's
okay,
too long.
okay. So for example, how many times have you invested time in certain people and it ended up going wrong?
Even when you get into a relationship, that's
I mean,
time
sure,
invested,
yeah, of course,
and
of course.
it can go wrong.
But
I'm single.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I was in. Yeah. Okay.
So let's start seeing what's out there,
Yeah.
and let's
Yes.
not be too slow by it, and just.
No, but I don't.
If you don't connect, you don't connect. Boom, I move on.
No, but
Do you know, so for me,
But
it's
the
like.
thing is,
yeah.
I feel like a lot of people, while they're dating, they're too quick to jump into relationships as well, and that's what ends
Are
up
they?
going wrong.
People are not
A lot
jumping
of
into
people-
relationships
a lot
these
of
days.
people I've seen rush into relationships. Oh, it's winter season, cuffing season, whatever. Like,
Yeah, well,
it's
it
not
is
necess-
cuffing
not
season.
necessarily.
No, they just want someone to warm their bed. That's it. Is that what cuffing season's all about?
I guess so.
I guess so, but
Yeah,
but
he
that's,
endorses
that's-
it up,
but
so-
that's beyond the point. What I'm saying is, when people are dating and they're getting to know one person at a time, that they might let emotions or whatever it is, or the little crush that they have on them, because for the first couple of days they're so amazing, or for the first month they're so amazing, and they jump into a relationship, and a year later everything just goes downhill.
I do think you need to be honest throughout that whole process, because
Of course,
I think a lot of
100%,
people abuse
100%.
the other and all these options, and it becomes in like I just need attention from several people,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to feed my ego type of thing, and I've got trophies of this, that. You know what I mean? So sometimes there is a fine line between options and am I abusing that situation, and am I playing games?
Yeah.
Am I being honest? So I think it's down to the person to do whatever works for them, as long as you keep it ethical towards the other person and
Yeah,
yourself,
100%,
because
100%.
I think, I don't know, for me, even the word options just sound like options on a menu.
No, but you
Like
said
I
the restaurant.
ketchup.
She said
No, it's
restaurant.
like
I like
ketchup.
side orders. I like the dessert. I want a
ketchup,
refill
take
drink.
a dip when you want to. No, I
but
don't
you said
like
restaurant.
that.
Well, you said
I'm saying
restaurant, though.
ketchup, and I'm not ketchup.
Do you
You're not
talk
gonna
to more than one person at a time?
Do I talk to more than one person at a time?
Yeah, like as in getting to know them. Do you do that? Do you
I
get to know more than one person at a time?
I get to know people, correct? Yes, I get to know.
Do you
That's
go
it, just
out
getting
with
to
said
know.
people sometimes? When you're getting to
I know
know
where
them?
you're going at. I
Listen,
know, but
can
I
I-
do go out.
can I-
Yeah, why
can I-
not?
can I
Why
dedicate-
not? That's not dating.
It is.
It's not
It
dating.
is,
It's,
but
it's
the
meeting
defini-
up. It's meeting up.
Or I should say
dating.
appointments.
That's dating. Appointments.
It's
Booking
networking.
fee. Booking fee.
It's
£5.
networking.
£5 booking fee. Come for a trim. £5 booking fee.
It's networking. That's what it is.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
networking.
I said networking.
LinkedIn,
Girls say
though.
networking.
Let's put it on Eventbrite.
It's
Charge tickets for it.
networking.
£10.
No,
Tubes.
it's networking. I'm getting to know people. That's it. Getting to know, talking to people.
What about you,
I'm
Seth?
not
Do you get to know
necessarily-
more than one person at a time?
No, in the past I did used to do that. I come from a long relationship, and then when I first come into the dating world, I was a bit like, okay, what's going on over here? I started off with the whole one person at a time, and I was like, oh, hold on, I'm not the only person that they're talking to, so let me try this whole talking to other people. And I did it for a little while, to be honest, and then what I ended up realising is for me personally, it wasn't efficient for me. Maybe there's some people that it works for, but for me, I can't multitask. I can't. Don't ask me to drive the car and talk to me. I can't do it. So for someone like me, I feel like the person that I'm dating is not really getting a chance. If I've got him, A, B, C, and D, and I like A, but then B comes along, and I'm like, okay, then all of a sudden I'm distracted by B, then I'm distracted by C. One day C is my friend, one day B. So I don't know, I just feel like for me it confuses
And
me.
I agree. Can I add to that? Sorry, I totally agree with you, Sevin. I think maybe women will say that as well compared to men. Exactly like what you're saying. I'm not an option. I'm always first choice, and therefore I prefer to invest my energy in one person. That's risk taking. I am prepared to take that risk. I'm prepared to ask that question as well. I have to make sure that I'm questioning them. Coming from a HR background, yeah, I have to make sure I screen them like a CV. So I have to be... No, but I have to ask the right questions. No, but it's true. I have to ask the right questions in order to get...
But CVs go quick though, nah?
And that's how you have... No.
You don't have a stack of CVs?
You speculate.
But you speculate?
Yes, and you speculate. You speculate.
You speculate?
Yeah.
And then you move on to the next one, on to the next one. Hard to move on where you always regret one.
But I don't know that song, yeah?
Go on.
No, but like what you're saying, no, I prefer to focus on one person. At our age as well.
Okay, so you focus on one person, you invest time in that person.
Yes.
So that time can sometimes be very intense, yeah? As in, you get to know the person more and more and more. So all those days that could have been done with several people, you invest that in one person. So now you're deeper into it, I don't know when, like a couple weeks or months or wherever it is. And then you find out, you know what, this is not for me. So what you've done is potentially, yeah, you've given someone like a false hope type of feeling of, you know what, this is turning into something. And then you're like, it's not for me. So let me compare that to the situation where you've got options now. In that meantime, while I'm getting to know several females, I'm gonna pick between one of them or something, and I don't have to like let someone think, you know what, he really likes me. So I'm gonna give each one of them the treatment that I feel like that they deserve because I like you, I fancy you. So I might call you more often, or I might just text you, ask you how you're doing. So I'll just kind of keep it honest with each one of them.
Okay, so
do you know what I'm trying to say? Because you can actually hurt someone dating them for too long or something if you invest your time in one person.
Yeah. So you're saying that it's okay as long as it's honest, it's clear, it's real, and you're basically saying as well that when you really break it down, you will be dating multiple people, but it comes to a point where you have to start dropping out certain people.
Yeah.
And what I want to know is, when do you decide that right now is the time that it's time to drop out all these people for this person?
There's two things. If I'm seeing 4 people, let's say, at the same time, and I feel like after a few months, let's say, yeah, I can't pick, that means they're all not for me. Do you understand what I mean? Because I haven't connected properly with one of them. So I'm the type of person, if I see you first time and we connect, it's boom. It's either boom or just a little punch, and it's like, yeah, she's nice. She's got the ingredients, but she doesn't fill the whole hole, yeah, basically.
What hole?
Like, I feel like as a human, you're born with a hole, yeah?
Okay.
And that person that you're going to meet is going to have to fill that hole. So we get excited and gassed by these small ingredients that might just fill the hole, but we need a complete package of this is for me. So then you get carried away by looks, carried away by materialism, because they got some bits, but they haven't got that whole package. So for me, if I don't feel the connection instantly, it's already this is a bit iffy. And if it doesn't grow, it's a bit iffy. So if you then like tick all the boxes and I tick your boxes, hopefully we'll be together. But if that's not the case, I'll drop you out very soon. That's me.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go on.
The reason why you keep options, is it because you do not know what you want?
Yeah. Until you see it,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, you don't know what you want.
No.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
I know what I want.
Do
Some,
you?
yeah, I do know
So
what
why
I
you
want.
not there
Some
yet?
people what do
You've
you
met
mean
bare
I'm not there
people.
yet?
Have you not like?
Who told you? Wait,
really got-
1 minute, 1 minute.
Yeah, go on.
1 minute.
Sorry. I didn't mean to be rude, you know. I didn't mean to be rude.
I am single at the moment. I just come out of a relationship.
Okay,
Not
so
single.
that flips the script. So what does that mean then? Now you know what you want for the next time?
No. I just come out of a relationship, but I don't want to get into
Okay, no,
the
of course.
ins and
But
outs.
what I mean is,
but I know
you know what
I
you want. Okay.
I know what I want. There's obviously a reason why I came out,
Of
but
course.
I know exactly what I want. So I think I'm a lot more able to identify that a lot more quicker.
I think you just say that you know what you want because it's
No,
really
I
hard
feel
to know
like
what we want.
Yeah, it's really
yeah,
hard.
but I understand, things may
How are you
change.
going to know what you want
Yeah.
if you've got so many options? How are you going to know?
But you're never gonna
No,
know
it's
until
not.
you just. It happens
It's-
somehow,
yeah,
innit?
like it's-
I think
once
it's
you feel
really.
that.
It's not mathematics
Okay,
or anything.
can I ask
You
you
can't really
something?
calculate it.
Okay,
You know? Yeah, go on.
So you said you know what you want, yeah? So what?
No, I
about-
don't.
You
Actually,
don't know what you
no.
want. You don't know what you want.
No, that's why I'm not there yet. I'm honest about. I
Okay, at
actually
least
don't
you're
know
honest.
because otherwise I would have maybe been there already. You know.
And you don't know what you want as well.
No, we're still soul searching. We're still like, you know what I mean, getting to know each other, other people. But I don't know.
So how do you
I
know
just-
when you find the right one? Because she feels like,
I would only know. That's the thing.
Is that what it
That's
is?
the thing. I'll only know when I know.
When
I
you find the
can't
right
tell you.
one,
Yeah,
I
when I
guess.
found it, I can't.
So do you feel like
speculate.
you're whole yourself? Not
Yeah.
like you've got a whole, but are
Yeah.
you a whole person?
Yeah, are you a whole person?
Are you a whole person? Because you're looking for a woman to come in
Yeah.
and fill that hole. So
Yeah.
that means you have a void in you.
No,
No.
I think
Really?
metaphorically,
Well,
I think
it's-
metaphorically
it's
that,
more
that whole
it's
to me is a
more so-
metaphoric thing where,
Yeah.
where I feel like a woman and a man or whatever partners you is written for you is part of you, and then you're a unit as a whole. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like that's one of your things in life that you're gonna have to kind of go through. And to me,
Yeah,
that's
it's
that.
not-
So
that's
have
that-
you ever
that
met
life
a girl
partner.
though? Have you ever met a girl and
Yeah.
you thought, wow, like,
Yes.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. So why was it not successful?
For me personally, that was more about things like distance and stuff like that.
Oh,
It was
okay.
like real technical and things,
Oh,
and
okay.
it was a bit, yeah.
All right, fair
So
enough.
yeah.
So
Actually,
you
same for me.
same.
Exactly the same
Oh,
for me. It
really?
was distance, actually.
Distance.
I've had distance, religious things as well, more compatibility and things that in this world it could become a complication kind of thing. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
it's more technical stuff rather than actually like I've connected with a person like I've never connected with anyone else before, but it's just things couldn't work out, so they didn't work out. So that's why I'm here. But obviously, I've been to that point where I've dated multiple people, got to know multiple people at once, and I filtered them all out to this one person.
And can I add something?
Oh,
to
so you had to filter them in order to get to this one person in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, I connected with this person, and I started dropping this one, and then this one, and then this one, till I fully realized that this is the person that I want to be with.
But
and then,
how long did that take? And that's what I mean, because I personally feel men and women, I could be wrong, but I feel men and women have different ways of filtering out whilst they're dating. I think a woman will know a lot quicker than a man will whether she wants to start dropping out guys. I think it takes longer for a man personally, but I could be wrong.
I think it's the same.
You think it's the same?
yeah, mostly.
I think it's the same.
Okay.
For me personally, it took I can't remember exactly, but I'd say somewhere around 4 to 5 months, where I fully just stopped talking to everyone and just stuck to this one girl.
So guys, I did put this on my Insta story, so you'll actually get to see how everybody responded to this question. The question is, if somebody's real with you and tells you that they are trying to decide whether they want you or someone else, what do you do next? Now, watch all the comments that everyone had to say.
To convince you that I ain't caught up lying. When she walked past me, I looked, so what, big deal. I don't understand how that can make you feel that my love ain't for real, baby. I know the love, but you're with me. You're with me. Tell me why would I do that?
Are you mad?
What you guys saying?
Are you mad? I can't run.
Kiss my teeth.
Wow.
I can't run.
Why?
Huh?
Tell me why. Why can't that run? What if
Listen.
this is in the dating stages?
Because I'm a man. That's it. That's why I can't run. When you're chatting to me or chatting to me, I ain't chatting to no one else. Go
Hold
talk to
on,
them.
but you
Nah,
said that
man, that's what
it's
I'm
okay
saying.
to have options.
Yeah, it is. But I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Baby.
Oh my God.
Because my heart can't take it.
Like karaoke.
No, but seriously.
No, legit, I just don't want to know. Like, honestly, like, you do your thing, get to know people, understand it or understand it, but I'd rather not know.
Okay,
No, but I think
okay.
what this is saying is someone is telling you that. So what you've been doing, talking to multiple people, someone's been doing the same, and they tell you, hey, you know what? I've been talking to a couple people. You're one of them, and I cancelled everyone, but I really like you and this other guy. Oh! So I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, that's
What
what,
would you tell that girl?
that's what
Then
I'm saying.
let me remove myself from the situation and make it easier for you, because clearly you're confused. That is it. I'll make the decision for you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That is it. I'm not going to stick about for that crap.
yeah, I agree. I think.
What if you like that person now? What if you've been talking for
I
a
love
while?
myself more.
Okay.
I've been getting to know a few people.
But
Right?
but the thing is, in my situation is, because I've been doing the same thing and I've been talking to more than one person, and it depends on how far into the whole talking or dating or whatever it is. But I might give it a chance. If I'll give her a space till I'm not talking to you for a minute or whatever, however long it is till you decide. But until then, I mean, if
would you wait then?
Would I wait? No, of course not. I'm already talking to five people at once.
What would enable that person to make a decision a lot more quicker?
What would enable them?
Yeah.
I'd give them their space. No, I wouldn't talk to them. I'd let them go. And if you
wouldn't try and prove to them that you're the man?
No, I wouldn't. No.
Some people.
Yeah,
No.
some people would.
I'm the type of person when you get to know me, I don't do no true colours. This is me. This is what you're getting. So I think within see me once or twice, you really know what I'm about. Really, because I'm very open about things and myself. I'm like quite an extrovert personally. So if to me you're confused between me and others, then it's quite easy. Then maybe I'm just not for you. That's fine. You know.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the honesty of you, telling me I'm getting to know a few people, like seeing what's going on. So I know, okay, thank you, and I appreciate me knowing, because now I can just see what I'm gonna do.
No, but what if, let's say it's not even in the dating stage, you're in a relationship now, and you're in a relationship now, and the guy is 70, and the guy happened to meet someone, so he's cheating, and then he comes to you and he says, do you know what, I love you, but I'm liking someone else and I want to give that person a shot, because they've been with you for a time, so you're like sort of old news, and I want to try something new. What would you do then? Anyone said?
It's done, isn't it?
It's done.
If
It's done.
physical with someone else, it's done.
I'm sorry.
What if they haven't been physical with someone else, but they just took that person's number?
But we are in an exclusive relationship. You shouldn't be doing that in the first place.
So you just see it as it's just a write-off anyway. You couldn't even be coming with them kind of things. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because at this point we've known each other for long enough. We're in a relationship for God knows how long. If you come to me 2, 3, 4 years in with that, no, sorry, can't run. We're done.
Okay, so what would you do, Ellie? So if somebody come and said that to you, in the dating stage, and they come and said that to you, what's your next step?
Like I said, I will remove myself from the situation.
And that's it.
That is it. I will make the decision for you. I'm not giving you that power at all. That's it. Period. No, that's it. I'm worth more. I love myself more.
Yeah.
If you're confused, I'm not. I know what I want.
Yeah, I agree.
Why are you confused? So why are you confused? Ask her, why are you confused?
I agree. I personally feel as well, for me, I'm quite passionate about it. I feel if you can come and say that to me,
you're bright.
Then you don't. I'm not for you then, am I? I can't be.
No.
If you're not sure about whether you want to be with me or another person, then I think don't, like literally what I put up, don't choose me. Choose her. I would rather that, to be honest, because I am quite a believer. I do think that it is important to be someone's kind of first priority. I'm not talking about after, obviously, family and etc. But if you're not someone's priority and you're almost their option, then what's that really going to say for the rest of your relationship anyway? They've not really done it because they want to be with you. Do you know what I mean? They've already had to decide whether they want you or someone else. So what's that going to happen again in our relationship? We're together, maybe a year into our relationship, then you turn around and say, oh, I don't know if maybe I did make the right decision. I think sometimes you just got to trust. If you feel that this is not for you, then just leave it alone. So, yeah.
It is hard to say sometimes whether it's for you or not as well. Like, what's the break-off point where you're like, you know what, I've seen too much. You know, because sometimes, me personally, I'm a positive person, so I meet someone and I create this image that might not be there. Yeah. It's like a little fairy tale story that we all believe in, and then we meet that person and we try and mold them to our needs, but then all of a sudden they start moving different and you're like, yeah. And then, you know what I mean? So
a lot of times it also turns into a situation where you try to change someone or you try to tell them to do something different. Once I feel once that comes out of your mouth, you should know that, you know what, this person might not be for me, because at this point I'm trying to manipulate who they are, and this is not going to work.
And that's the thing, you shouldn't go into any sort of relationship trying to change someone.
Well, not going into the relationship necessarily. Once you're in the relationship and you see traits later on that might annoy you, or they might do something for you, or I'm not sure if you understand, like certain actions might piss you off or whatever, or put you off, and you might tell them to do something different, or like you try to attempt to change something about them.
Yeah, but that one is, I guess.
It's also, I guess, with time, because people's needs change as well.
Okay guys, so you're in a relationship, it's rocky, you meet someone who you connect with. Would you try and keep them as a backup plan? What do you do next? Do you walk away? Do you keep them as a backup plan?
I saw a quote on Instagram the other day and it said, if you meet a second person and you're already with someone and you like them both, stay with the second person, because you met the second person for a reason, so that means you don't like the first one enough. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So once you meet someone else that you actually like, that means you got doubts about the first one. So you got to invest your time in the second one, to me.
But she's saying the relationship is rocky, so you're already vulnerable to me.
There you go. So the second one comes in, boom, you're there.
But what if you like that person and you're just going through a rough patch real quick? Couple days, like and then you meet someone.
Even then, whether everything might be smooth and nice, but if I meet someone else still that I'm actually liking, I believe that I don't like that first girl enough for me to like her so much. Because I will develop strong feelings towards you, and I won't be able to like someone else, and I'll be loyal. So if I get a slight weakness towards another woman, not just based on looks or whatever, but general like
actual,
I'm falling for you, or like, do you know what I'm saying? I feel
but
something.
as you did say though, you're vulnerable though. See, this is where there's a fine line, isn't it? You're vulnerable. So you may believe that you do really like the second girl, but it may just be that because your relationship is rocky at that moment in time, you're vulnerable, you're feeling low, and that is the worst time to meet somebody, because that is the time when you do really believe, you know what? Yeah, like I'm not happy in this relationship, but you could just be going through a rough patch.
Yeah, I've actually done that. What you just said, I gotta admit, where it's a rough patch and you're getting a bit of love and attention and TLC from someone else, and you're feeling it slightly. You know what I mean? And you're a bit like, you know what, my missus is not gonna give it to me. So, and all of a sudden, this one's like, I just met her around the corner in the car. She's very nice and chatting to me. Like, alright then, like if you don't want me, like if you're acting like this, yeah, man's out here. I've done that before. So I'm not saying it's blessed and I'm trying to justify it. I'm saying I hear what you're saying and it's a good point.
What are you saying, Ellie? What are you saying?
I know, I'm not a backup plan. No backup plan.
No, you're not the backup plan. Someone else is the backup plan in your relationship.
It could be both. You could be the backup plan, or what if you met somebody, you was in a rocky relationship and you met somebody? Would you keep them as a backup?
I won't be entertaining other people. I'll be focusing on my relationship. If it's rocky, why is it rocky?
Yeah, but that's
smooth.
not the situation we're in. You are in a rocky relationship and you met someone. What do you do in this case?
Maybe that question's not for me, because I did not meet nobody when I'm in a rocky
Okay, so you just wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Okay, so basically you just won't put yourself in that position anyway, which is fair enough.
No, but things happen though, sir. She could say like, you're not going to put yourself in a position, but at the train stop, yeah, listen, you were right for the Northern Line now, yeah? And the good looking guy all of a sudden, the train's closing now, he opens the door, yeah? You sit down, he's like, you bless. Yeah. And he's like, you know what, let me give you a war in that. Start talking now, and you're thinking, no, my own relationship is rocky. He's actually a nice guy. And she goes, oh, you're from out there? You say, yeah, you went to the same school together now. Boom. No, I'll give you an Insta. You know what I'm trying to say? And by the time you know it, you're like, hey, you right? And your man is still switching. Hey, why are you moving like this? You know? And this guy's actually being nice. So I think you cannot dismiss it. You cannot dismiss it. That's what I'm saying.
But this is the same thing as keeping options, backup plan options.
Universe. This is not options. This is universe.
No, this is the
it
same
can come from any corner.
No, but options-wise, when we were talking, it was dating. Now you're actually in a relationship, and there's a backup plan. Like you. Your man's acting up.
I can still be in a relationship and still have an option on the side.
But guys, this is not a backup plan. This is an important.
No, I'm not for that. I am not.
This could be a potential husband. Let's not call it backup plan. Let's not give that person. It might be someone, you know. Listen, this might be a potential husband or wife might cheat. You know what I'm trying to say? That's not a backup anymore, you know, because you're giving me something that my girlfriend's not giving, or whatever my potential's not giving me.
Another scenario. Let's say that scenario happened to you. You're with your girl and you meet this other girl, and you leave your girl for this girl, but this girl turns out not what you expected.
Tense.
That happens.
Tense. Now, what are you gonna do with your girl? She already know you left.
I'm still moving. No, that's it. No, I'm not gonna go back.
You can't go back, can you?
Well, he can try and go back. Accept.
Yeah.
Accepting.
Always try. You know.
Well, it's funny that you said that scenario, because that's what I was going to throw in there, and I was going to say that, you know, because there's a lot of the time there's a situation where you break up with your partner, and then 3 months later they've got a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Now,
how does that happen?
Okay.
But
now,
goes back to
what's
being
that?
vulnerable.
Yeah, being vulnerable, but where did that boyfriend or girlfriend come from?
Yeah, exactly.
Was that backup plan always there in the pipeline, waiting, ready? Because let's face it, yeah, when a relationship is coming to an end, it's probably been ending for the last year anyway, yeah, or 6 months. Let's be honest, relationship don't just end like that. They don't just wake up one day and be like, I don't want to be with you anymore.
I've done that, yeah. Block, boom, save.
What?
Yeah, fam. Listen, if you go overboard and I've seen something that I really don't like, yeah, boom, I'm done.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You would just literally cut someone off.
You don't get the person to.
No. There's certain things.
You don't think you should give them feedback?
Sometimes, yeah, but I've done it before. I've had it before where I felt really disrespected by a situation.
okay.
Disrespected.
But certain relationships do end just like that.
I don't agree though. I personally thought it was ending for quite a few months. Maybe someone didn't see it.
That's a bad ending, but sometimes you've got good endings where it's just, hey, this is a mutual, we're sorry that this can't work out, and we've got to go our separate ways.
Fair enough, yeah, that's true
And
actually, depending on, I suppose, the circumstances or situation. But still, what is your first thought? If your ex-partner has got a boyfriend or girlfriend, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, what is your first thought? Do you feel that that person was always there, or they could have just met them?
No, my thought is, where did this person come from? I don't understand, because that's the whole backup plan. After
by that time you already broken up, no?
Yeah.
But you broke up already in a relationship.
It doesn't matter anymore. I really don't care. I'm sorry.
That is true as well, but she's asking a question.
Yeah,
I hear it, but I'm going to stress myself about it. So
maybe. I'm not stressing myself, but I'll be thinking, oh my gosh, the person's moved on quick. Was this person always there? Like, was he entertaining other people? That would go through my mind. That's not going to stop me from moving forward.
Once that does go through your mind and you do have those thoughts, what is that benefiting you at that point?
No, obviously it's not benefiting me, nothing. But
would you like
I have to start reevaluating and probably see, oh, did I see the signs? Or no, I'm going to have to think about it.
So it's for self-improvement then?
Re-strategize.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, that's the main reason, and that's it. Move on.
If it's not a lesson, if it's not a blessing, it's a lesson, right?
Well, to be honest with you, and that's what I was going to say, like, let's go back right to the beginning. I do feel that, you know, when you guys said that it's sometimes, if you focus on one person, you feel like it's a waste of time. I don't personally feel that, because I just think that no matter who comes into your life, as you said, I believe the universe, whatever, God, whatever, they bring people into your life for a reason. You gain something from them, they gain something from you. As you said, blessing or a lesson, whatever it is. So how can it possibly be a waste of time when you are gaining some sort of experience, knowledge from that person? It's not a waste of time, and that's why I personally believe, to conclude, that it's better for me to focus on one person at a time. I can enjoy that person, enjoy the rides. We can enjoy each other, make things work. If it really doesn't work out, we're on 2 different pages, so be it. I got something, you got something from me, then we go our separate ways.
And that is
but I suppose that's what it is. Are you willing to take the risk?
That's it.
That's my
Hey. Okay, thank you guys for locking in and watching Turkish Delight Self podcast. I want to thank my special guests as well. So make sure you tune into the next one. So personally, I prefer to date one person at a time. It gives me that opportunity to focus on them, just kind of get to explore them and not be distracted by all these other options going on at the same time. I'm not into the whole, if somebody was to say to me, they're trying to decide between me and someone else, choose them. I ain't got time for that, I'm sorry. I'm the sort of person that I'll open up the door for you. Like, I know my worth, I do love myself also. Like Ellie was saying, big up Ellie. So, and going to the last question as well. Personally, if I'm in a relationship, I'm all in. Even if the relationship is rocky, yeah, I might think, but no, I would never, it doesn't matter if it's rocky or not. If I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. There's no backup plans. When we break up, it's another story. When I'm in a relationship, I'm all in.
So in conclusion, dating is a bit of a sticky one. Obviously, everyone has their own opinions about it, and I've got mine, which I'm sticking to. I don't mind dating more than one person at a time, but again, if you feel like that's a bit too much for you, don't go for it. I really enjoyed the conversation we had here today. It was energetic, powerful, and I myself also learned a lot today, so I hope you guys did the same and enjoy it, and like, comment, subscribe, all of that.
Okay, so in summary, I think it's about women and gents knowing their worth. I think it's about clear communication, being open and honest. I think it's also about taking risk. It's not about investing your time in multiple people. I think at this age and at this point in life, you should know what you want and you should just go out and go for it. And if it doesn't work out, then that is the risk you take. Shout out to risk. # risk is my currency. Thank you.
For all you guys out there, I wish you good luck, because obviously it's very difficult to find someone and understand if you got options, understand if you want to get to know one person at a time. Altogether, it's really tough. It's a tough subject, and personally, I don't even know all the answers. So I hope you guys know the answers and let us know on the Turkish Delight Self podcast show what you think, because I want to learn from you, because I don't know it. Please give me some advice. Thank you.
Where's Barbers? Oh!
I'm tired of trying to convince you that I ain't caught up lying. When she walked past me, I looked so